Stock Whisperer. March 7th, guys. NVOS went up pretty good in the after hours yesterday, as you can see. And this is a continuation from last night. Okay, so saying plus 31%, that includes last night's after hours. Just want you to see that it is not a squeeze play. Okay, it was a news-based play yesterday that I guess people are trying to squeeze because it's a penny stock, but you have to consider the float size here, okay? The float size is massive, and you still have people trying to pump Troika, which at this point, guys, just so you know, the 52-week low is 90 cents. So that is 1,000% up. Okay, so congratulations to those that got in. I did mention it on my Stock Whisper on February 21st when it was around 26 cents, I believe. I did not partake in this because honestly, yeah, I'm not too big on penny stocks. I mentioned what shows up, and other people jumped on it. The shares is the free float is like 30 some odd million. That's like 36. The shares outstanding is 68. This could convert at some point. Something to keep in mind. They took dilution off the table, but they need to dilute to make money. So hopefully they run a profit here pretty quick and get over $1 because they're technically not whatchamacallit, they're not compliant. Borrow rate is 112. It was 116 yesterday, so still kind of holding. A little bit of a squeeze play here still, but I would imagine shorts are all but gone when you're up 1,000% in a couple of weeks. But just to throw the numbers out there on that, you have so if you're at 1,000% now, guys, just because people on StockTwits, they'll just say $5, $10. So not $9 would be 10,000%. So I would just get the $10 out of your head. I wouldn't even entertain that. That's ridiculous. $1.80 is 2,000%. $3.60 is 3,000%. Okay, and $5 would be 5,556% from the 52-week low. So really, when you start talking those numbers, and the only catalyst is this, they didn't dilute, which they were going to dilute, and then they said we're not going to dilute. To me, that's not really a catalyst of anything. They're calling the market's bluff, and they're willing to get delisted as a result. So there's a certain set of rules to remain compliant. They need to be over $1 for basically a calendar month. So hopefully it works out for them and whatnot. Otherwise, they're going to the OTC. Moving on, we have VRAX, another bio, the good old bio pumps. VRAX, you are looking at. I don't know the shares on this. For some reason, it doesn't tell me, so I have to check into that. But you are looking at 156% cost to borrow. The average volume is 458,000, guys, and today it's 19 million in the pre-market. So I would expect VRAX to make some moves here throughout the day. It is holding 13 EMA. You can see it tried to sell off a couple of times, all the way back, but now it is strongly holding this 13 EMA. VRAX Labs looks like it announced an avian influenza virus PCR test kit. Oh, VRAX, wasn't this one we mentioned a couple weeks ago? Give me 1 second here. I'll pause this and check something. I did want to check up on that. I was talking about this in August, I guess. So this is my Discord, guys. Yeah, I was talking about VRAX last August. I was talking about MGAM back in the day, too. Couple other stocks on there. So, holy smokes. August, September, and then that was it. September 22 was the last time I mentioned it. Cosm was going hardcore. I was kind of against ABCT, even though people were trying to pump it, and that didn't end out well. So that is an incredible move for something that I was discussing back in August. Just out of curiosity, let's see what it was. So it had moved. It had moved back in August. Oh yeah, July it went down to nothing, and then it pumped one time. So it was like $3, went all the way to six, all the way to six, and now here we are, Pennyland, making a massive pump though today, uh, tripling almost, or doubling, I guess. So one to watch. Tons of short interest built up on that because they crushed it into nothing. 10x. You've got how much? What's your cost to borrow? 130% on 10x. Again, I don't know the float on VRAX though, so that is. Ooh, wow! This is interesting. Okay, so 10x, incredibly small float, barely moved. Trading higher after Roth MKM initiated coverage on the stock with a buy rating and a $6 price target. Okay, well this is interesting because this bad boy only has a 2.3 million float with a nice cost of borrow added on 130%. We got 80 ADIL, F star, STX, UNCY. That's still moving from yesterday. Bar Peak is trading an unusual amount of volume, 3 million versus 800,000, but it hasn't moved. It's only and it's $10. Retail's not going to touch these $10 ones. They will probably mess around with some of these $1 and under $1 ones. Seems to be like $5 is the upper echelon threshold for retail at this point. So FSTX, we'll just check quick ADIL on FSTX and then we'll cut it. So ADIL, no, 2.7%, and FSTX 3%. UNCY, that's from yesterday, I believe, 17%. And we'll check that load out. The 36-cent one, load 0%. Okay, yeah, so really you're just working with VRAX, 10x. I'm liking the 10x. VRAC and 10x in terms of cost of borrow today, guys. Cheers.